It's 21 days to Hyrox. 100-day countdown. It's tripping away. You're now 3 weeks away from Hyrox. I'm now 3 weeks away from Hyrox. 3 weeks today, at the time I'm recording this, I will have done the first Hyrox, what this build-up has been to. So over these next kind of 3 weeks, continuing on with the training and doing that, but I'm going to be doing a series of other little videos of just the actual kind of preparation of different things that you think about. Some of these you should have thought about a while ago, but you've got 3 weeks to kind of get on top of a lot of these. First one I want to talk about, because it's good to get this one practiced, and nothing to do with practicing in the gym. This is about fueling. Now, for any of you out there that are kind of big ultra runners, marathon runners, big cyclists, things like that, this isn't a big event. For most people, it's 90 minutes, 120 minutes worth of exercise. So you're not kind of having to go into big fueling strategies. However, you're typically going to be traveling to the event. You're going to be traveling the night before, possibly staying somewhere, a hotel, somewhere that isn't your normal routine. And it's these routines that are the key when it comes to kind of pre-race fueling. You're also going to be at the venue a few hours in advance so that you can get registered, you can get warmed up, then the adrenaline's going to kick in and everything else. So what you want to be doing is you want to be minimizing all those variables as much as possible. And one of them is your food and drink. Now, gels are popular, caffeine, different kind of people taking beetroot juice and all the rest of it. The thing is now, whatever you think your fueling might need to be, and again, when I'm talking kind of fueling, yeah, you should be having a few more carbs in the days leading up to the race so that you're fully ready to go. But don't have a huge, massive meal that makes you feel uncomfortable the night before, because that's going to make you feel uncomfortable in the race. You're going to want to be hydrated for the race so that you don't have to rely on the drink stations, and you want to make sure that you have enough energy to push you through this. Now, if you've been doing training sessions where you've been doing 90, 120 minute big sessions like I do on the weekends, then I've been using those weekend sessions to get my kind of fueling right. And my race fueling, I already know what it will be. And this is specific to me. This is what works for me that I've kind of tried and tried and tested. So the night before, I will have a normal meal, but I will have a bit more carbs than I would normally have. Still not going to be massively overeating, but I won't be eating to a calorie deficit that night. I will be eating to kind of my maintenance calories, and that's where those extra calories will come in. And that will, ideally be, from rice or pasta or, something, those easy carbohydrates to kind of digest. Might be some chocolate in there as well, but that's not quite as good. But it's about getting those carbohydrates and getting fueled the day before. So that's the night before. But on the day, I'll get up, and this is my routine. Again, on this Saturday, this Sunday, big sessions, I will do exactly the same. And it starts, and I've got this kind of timed, about an hour before I do the exercise. Now, again, on the day, an hour before the Hyrox race, I'll already be at the venue. So this will be stretched out a little bit more, which is why I've done some of my big sessions and sims in the afternoon, so I can check that this kind of works. So my fueling will be a large slice of either dark rye bread or a sourdough seeded, just again to top up those carbs. It will then have almond butter on it. It will then have some sea salt, and it'll have some honey on it. I will then have a banana with it as well, and I will typically have a caffeine drink as well. And that's it. That's my pre-race fueling. That's enough to keep me going, to give me that energy, to take me all the way through the race without kind of, running low or anything else. It's not massive. But it's enough that works for me. And I've tried and tested that with and without the salt, with or without the honey, the banana, different types of bread and things like that. And I've tried these over successive weeks. That's why you've got 3 weeks. Get this sorted now so you know what it is you need to, so that you're not eating too much the morning before. If you're used to, like I was originally, used to training fasted, then it takes a little bit of getting used to. Some people don't like having a lot in their stomach. Do not try these things for the first time on the race. Do not try gels for the first time. Do not try anything that you haven't already tried before. I won't be having an extra protein shake or anything different in the morning. That will be my exact routine in the morning. Will be get up to have that. The drink I will have closer to race time. I will take that with me, and I'll have that actually at the event. The rest I will have before I leave. But again, that's going to be in my system, and that's going to be there combined with the adrenaline and everything else to kind of push me through. So yeah, that kind of fueling, get it right for you. Now again, with that, there's some carbs in there, there's some salt, there's some obviously a bit of protein from the nuts, there's the fats from the nuts, which are good, and then there's the bit of sweetness, again, those extra calories from the sugar. It's all very easy for my body to use that, fill up those stores, so I can take that all the way through the race. Not complicated. I won't be eating anything during the race itself, or drinking anything through the race. Again, my big sessions, my simulations, I do all of those without having a drink throughout, and I'm hydrated beforehand, and I'll have a drink afterwards, making sure I get the salts and stuff back in, because it's a bit hot and sweaty. So get it right now. Do not experiment. What you don't want to be doing is on one of those laps or one of those stations go wondering where the loo is, because you've tried a gel for a first time, or because you've nervously drunk 3 liters before and now you really need a wee. So get used to that now in terms of what works for you. Do you need to drink during the race? Do you need to eat during the race? What do you need to really kind of push you through? If I do those big sessions or the simulations fasted, I can feel it. It gets significantly harder throughout the race, and that's why I've been experimenting with that kind of fueling. So don't leave it to the last minute. You've got 3 weeks, so this is plenty of time to see what big sessions you've got in the next couple of weeks, because again, that last week should be tapering, so that you can try some of these techniques isn't the right word, but you can try some of the things that work for you, and just kind of fine tune that. Or if you kind of pretty much sorted and you know what it's going to be, just hit that regularly over the next couple of weeks. So on the day, you know exactly what you're going to be having. There's no surprises, nothing that's going to upset your stomach. Again, you want to, for me, all the way along, I've been looking for the smallest little margins of things that I can make everything as easy as possible, so that the things that are harder, the running and stuff like that, are the main things I can concentrate on, you know. So I know what I'm wearing. I know what shoes I'm wearing, and I'll be talking about these over these next 21 days. I know what I'm going to be eating the night before. I know what I'm going to be eating on the morning, and then what I'm going to have after the race as well. So all of that's taken care of. I don't need to think about that. I can concentrate just on the race. I know that I'm going to be fueled to give my all in the race, and yeah, do as well as I possibly can. So yeah, you've got 21 days. Do not leave it to the last minute. Do not think it's just like a normal kind of training session, unless you've been doing big training sessions and you know what to fuel for that. But equally, don't overfuel. Don't think this is okay, right, everyone's talking about fueling, I need to, you know, eat 3.5 tons of pasta the night before, and then I need to get everything down me, because it will just make your race worse. So make sure you know what you need to get the most out of your race. So 21 days to go. That's fueling, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye for now.